Hello and welcome to the Roy Rogers News Channel. Thank you so much for watching. And today, for our 20th episode in the PokeMMO interview series, I would like to feature a band that is an up-and-comer here on YouTube. Rumel, would you like to say hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Excellent. All right, I'm doing pretty swell. How about you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
All right. And before we dive into the interview, I should note that behind the scenes, I usually consult with Petrosky prior to bringing on people into the YouTube Alliance. So the thing that I like about Petrosky is that a lot of YouTubers tend to reach out to Petrosky, and then I reach out to him and I say, hey, so what do you think of the YouTuber that you spoke with? And Petrosky gives me his opinion, and then
hmm
I bring them on. So, he had a positive opinion of you, as you can tell.
Oh, well, good to know.
And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the interview of Rumel. So, are you ready?
Ready.
All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and start diving into the questions, shall we? So, how long have you been playing PokeMMO, Rumel?
Well, I've been playing PokeMMO since October of last year, so October of 2022. However, I've been playing Pokemon for pretty much my entire life. I think it was actually the first real video game I ever played was Pokemon Ruby, so longtime Pokemon veteran, but sort of new to the world of Pokemon MMO.
Excellent. And what activity do you enjoy doing in game? Do you like the competitive scene? Do you like shiny hunting?
I think I've definitely mainly a shiny hunter at this point. I definitely enjoy a lot of money making. I do a lot of flipping and things like that. But shiny hunting, I mean, there's something so special about getting that shiny that can't really be replicated in any other point of the game. So that's really what's been taken hold of all of my time and attention, at least lately.
When did you aspire to start up an informative YouTube channel?
So I've actually been making content for a really long time in one form or another. So when I started playing Pokemon MMO, it kind of just felt natural to want to make content for the game. And once I started to look on, YouTube and other sources, I didn't see too many content creators, and I felt like there was a little bit of a lack in some areas. So I thought, why not cast my stones? Why not give it a shot?
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, as for your YouTube publications, some people might notice that you have had a bunch of shinies featured on your program. So, out of those shinies, which one is the one that is the most memorable to you?
Well, I mean, it's hard because, I do love my first shiny Wooper. However, I think Meowth has got to be the most memorable. I've been searching for this shiny Meowth for like over 2 months, doing 5 times hordes. I got two shiny Ponytas before I got the shiny Meowth. So it was a really long hunt, and once I finally got it, I mean, there was no better feeling in the game. It was just epic to
Oh,
finally
wonderful.
get that. And it was, I think, 150,000 encounters total searching for it.
Oh, well, congrats on finding the Meowth.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I want to let you know that shiny Paita is also not a bad shiny either. I mean, the blue flares are really
Oh
nice.
no.
So,
No, I was really happy to get shiny Ponyta. The only downside is when I got the second one, I've now have a shiny Rapidash with that as well. So it basically means I never want to go Rapidash horde training with EVs or anything like that, but it's definitely not a bad thing.
right. And I have a suggestion for you for your Rapidash. Did you know Rapidash can learn Payday via TM?
I did not know that. That's exciting. So I could have another Payday Mon.
Yep, and I am the author of the Payday Guide, so I just wanted to inform you about Rapidash's ability to learn Payday.
Wow, I'll have to pull up the Roy Rogers News channel and take a look.
Well, I didn't feature the Payday Guide on video yet, but I might feature it on
Ah,
a future publication.
well,
But
I'll definitely take a look at the guide still.
excellent. I could probably link it in the Discord chats, so feel free
Sure.
to check that out. And as for the next question here, what is your most memorable experience here on Pokemon Rimmel?
Well, I'd say that, Shiny Meowth is probably my most positive, memorable experience. My most memorable experience happened less than 30 encounters after Shiny Meowth. So
Oh,
I just got Shiny Meowth, and I was thinking, what do I want to hunt next? What do I want to shiny hunt next? Well, I need some Cyndaquils. So let me go sort of passively shiny hunt Cyndaquil in the Safari Zone while catching some Cyndaquils. I needed one for gym rerun, and then I think I just also wanted some for breeding. And walking back and forth in the Safari Zone, it had to be less than 30 encounters. A Safari shiny Apom showed up,
oh,
and
congrats.
and I lost my mind. First off, to get a shiny in less than 30 encounters is crazy, and a single encounter Safari shiny is just ludicrous.
Wow.
So that was intense and amazing. And then I threw one ball and it immediately fled and ran, and I lost it forever. And it was so sad.
Oh, sorry to hear for your loss, man. I,
Oh, it's all right.
but
It happens.
don't worry. The good news is that you can always go honey tree farming, and you can always find an apom there if you really want that. So, yeah, that's the good news for apom. You can always find it another way. So, feel free
It's
to.
true.
And when Johto comes out, you never know. I mean, you could be able to find apom maybe through there too.
I'm really hopeful that Jodo will have an Apom horde or something because I definitely feel like I need to redeem myself after that one ran.
Oh yeah, certainly. And I would like to ask a more personalized question, as if the questions I've been asking are not personal enough. So, how did you find PokeMMO, Rimmel?
I think I was just bored. I think I was just bored one day, and I was looking for an old like Pokemon ROM hack to play. I had heard of some cool fan made games, so I was just doing some searches for those. And I think in one of the recommended videos on YouTube, it recommended to me the YouTube video Pokemon MMO brings out the best in Pokemon. A YouTube video by this guy named Albit, who I think just did a spotlight on the game. And, looking through the information, I was like, this sounds like the best Pokemon game ever made. This sounds awesome. So I immediately downloaded it and played it for, the next week straight.
Well, considering that I played PokeMMO back in 2013, and yes, I misspoke when I did an interview with Petrosky. I said 2014, but I played since 2013. I'll pop up my trainer card for proof there. So there we go. And when I played PokeMMO back in 2013, I agree with that guy, and it does bring the best out of the Pokemon franchise because I have tried to play Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon XD Gale Darkness, but there's just not
Hmm.
the same feeling as playing Pokemon and actually talking to people from all over the world. People like yourself, people like Petrosky, people like Ixmergen, and many other people on Pokemon. And I love the fact that Pokemon has a certain flavor to it. You just can't really
Hmm.
describe it, but it's such an excellent flavor here on Pokemon. So
Absolutely. I agree wholeheartedly. There's a magic sauce somewhere to where they've done everything I think kind of right to make it really fun, and you can consistently play the game, you can make friends. There's so much you can do in the game. It's great.
certainly, I agree with that sentiment. But before I sign out, I would like to ask, do you have any advice to give people who want to contribute on PokeMMO?
I mean, my main piece of advice would be just go for it. If you feel like, you have something to contribute, if you feel like you have something you want to add, or if you just think it might be fun, just do it. Don't wait, just go for it. Maybe try to find a niche that you can supply. If you do want to make informative videos, if you do want to make guides or something like that, definitely look to see, what hasn't been done and maybe try to fulfill that niche.
Yeah, I was actually speaking with Rimmel in the green room about the Zoom feature that you talked about in your YouTube channel. So yeah, I noticed that there hasn't been a video about that, or maybe I'm not really discovering that. But yeah, Rimmel, thank you so much for that Zoom video that you featured.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was definitely one of those cases where I was just like, oh, hey, this is a really neat trick, and I don't see anyone else talking about it. So let me do it.
Would you like me to tell you something fun?
Sure.
So, did you know in the PokeMMO money making video that I did on Roy Rogers News, there's a little bit of a call out to you, not necessarily by name, but there's a call out to you. When I was showcasing Teddy's support page on PokeMMO, one of the first things I typed was GBA Zoom, and that was a direct call out to you, even though I didn't mention you by name, but that was a
Mm,
call out to your content.
right on.
So, yeah, certainly. And I would like to ask because, well, we're fair here on PokeMO, and I am of the belief of equal opportunity. So, does your girlfriend have any memorable shiny on PokeMO?
You know, she unfortunately has not gotten a shiny yet. I did get her to play the game for a bit of time, but she fell off. She's really into Dead by Daylight at the moment, so I think another game has her attention. But funnily enough, I did trade her a Surskit that I caught. It was one of the first Pokemon I ever caught, and I just traded it over before I had even checked IVs. And it was like I think it was a 3 times 31 Surskit, and all of the other stats were basically above 22. It was probably one of the best catches I've ever made in the game, and I gave it to her right off the bat, and it's just sitting in her PC.
Wow. Well, forget about that engagement ring because I think that's a pretty nice engagement gift.
I think so too.
All right. There we go. Our general PSA for guys, don't just give your girl a shiny. Please get her a ring. But just,
Why not both? Why not both? You know?
hey, that's a swell idea. It could probably save you money on the flowers.
Mm-hmm.
So, before I sign out of this interview segment here, I would like to ask for a closing statement here for the interview series. So, what would you like to say before I close out the segment?
I guess the last thing I would say is just something that helped me in my YouTube channel and really just any content creation I've done is the 80% rule. If you want to do something and you feel like, you might not be able to, just try to do it to, 80%. Don't try to 100% it, just try to do it, get it done. And as long as you keep doing it, you'll continue to improve, you'll continue to get better, and your 80% will continue to look better and better and better. That has been the whole reason why I started this YouTube channel. Is like I felt like I could do it. I felt like I could at least try, and it's been going really, really well so far, and I've been having a blast doing it.
Excellent. And I would like to ask for any Remel fans out there that are probably going to ask this question. So, what are the future prospects for your channel on Pokemon? Because I notice you've been filming a lot of event type channel stuff on YouTube. And what's
hmm
the future prospects for the Remel YouTube channel?
Well, I think my live streams are probably going to stay the same. Just sort of whatever I'm doing in the game. I don't have huge plans for those. I mainly just like to chill and hang out, do whatever I'm doing. And I love streaming, catching events and things like that. It's a lot of fun. But as far as, content for YouTube videos, I'd expect more shiny reactions as I'm not gonna stop doing that. More money making guides, and just any neat tips and tricks that I find while playing the game.
Well, I'm glad I suggested your channel on my Money Vicky video on Roy Rogers News then. So, yeah,
hmm
there we go. I'm glad that I did that. And so far, your money video with the Iron Ball, I like that. Are you going to do any more type of item hunts on your YouTube channel as well, besides Iron Ball?
I definitely want to. I think it's just another case of there's got to be a niche for it. With the Iron Ball, I noticed that no one had made a guide and that the price was skyrocketing during the events, and it did jump back up also during the lunar event as well. So, um, if I see something like that where there needs to be a guide and no one's made one, I'll definitely do it.
Excellent. All right, everybody. Make sure to check out Remel. I'm going to have his bubble here, so feel free to check him out and subscribe to him and see what type of videos he has. I see a lot of future prospects in Remel, so thank you so much for being here in studio here on Roy Rogers News.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Certainly. And we're going to go ahead and sign out now. This is the Roy Rogers News channel. Don't forget to comment and subscribe to the channel, like the content that you see here. And this is the Roy Rogers News channel signing off. Fast, accurate, unbiased, Roy Rogers News.